Hey guys, it's Christex. Now, this video is probably gonna kind of follow the more storytime Jev video type. Basically, I just like Jev, and I like the content he does. So I want to try it out for myself, and I kind of have a funny story. Well, not really funny, but it is just something to talk about on YouTube. So, if you don't know me, I'm 16, meaning I'm currently sitting my A-levels because I'm in the UK, so I still go to school and college on weekdays. But because I'm in Wales, we have to sit a subject called Welsh back. It's basically a pointless subject. I don't see the point in doing it. I don't want to turn up. But this subject entails a lot of group work. And I kind of have a problem with group work. Now, my main problem is mistakes. I don't like group work because it means there's a higher chance of a mistake happening that's out of my control. A mistake that, obviously, I can't exactly own up to if it's not my mistake. So yeah, that's mainly what the story is about. Now, basically, obviously, it's the start of the school year, so we're currently in a project. We've been given random teams off a random generator, which I really hate, because 9 times out of 10, the teams don't work that great, and you don't get much work done. But anyway, our group project is to basically plan a 7-day road trip across the UK. Every person in the group gets £1,000 or £1,000. Obviously, this is all theoretical. We're not actually going on any road trips. And we have, like, criteria, so we have to visit, 2 countries in the UK. Like, visit a historical place, eat traditional foods, or all that nonsense. Now, most of this project was going fine. Obviously, we have to plan it, and then we have to present it in front of a class, which, me with anxiety, that's not great. I don't like presenting in public. Now, many of these mistakes probably could have... Well, there's one main mistake I'm really annoyed. But basically, our presentation went crap. But first of all, you've got to understand, originally we were supposed to do this presentation at the end of October. For some reason, the deadline changed to last week, but there wasn't enough time, so we did ours this week. Now, obviously, I'm in a group of 4. There was one lesson where only half our group was in, and I also had to spend half a lesson trying to find a computer that actually worked, because I don't know why. The computers in the computer room we're in are absolutely crap. They just don't seem to like connecting to the internet. So, we basically had a lesson where only one person did work for most of the lesson. At that point, we found out we'd have to do the presentation the next lesson. At this stage, we hadn't even finished planning the journey or started a presentation. So obviously, I started a presentation. It's on a website. I was the owner. If people want to edit it, I basically have to type in their emails, blah blah blah, give them permission. Now, luckily, our presentation got delayed because there was a lesson our teacher wasn't in. The original lesson we were supposed to be doing it, we ran out of time, etc. Now, we get to the day, which is, as of recording this video today, where we had to present our presentation of our 7-day journey. So obviously, I'm the one who's been mainly using the website, so I thought I'd be the one to sit at the computer and, like, scroll through the slides. But as we were presenting it, I noticed, hang on, there's a few slides that are missing, but then there's also a few slides that I've never seen before. Now, the presentation went absolutely shite because majority of my group were just laughing their heads off all the way through. When we were getting feedback, there's this, like, criteria. It's like simple, good, great, blah blah blah. Split up into different sections. If it's highlighted red, you didn't get them. If it's highlighted yellow, you nearly got them. If it's highlighted green, you did a good job. We didn't have a single thing highlighted green for our feedback. That's how bad it was. There was at one point where, like, people were literally mispronouncing the easiest of things. Now, when we were receiving our feedback, I found out the mistake that had happened, and I had zero control over this mistake, which is hence why I don't like group work, because it means other people can end up making mistakes for me. I found out that somehow, even though I told my group the presentation automatically saves. You don't need to save a new copy. Somehow, they'd managed to save a new copy and had been editing that copy. So I'm sat here editing the original copy, thinking, what are they doing? They're messing around on spreadsheets and shit. Just to find out, oh, they'd made a second copy and they'd been editing that one. So a bunch of the... Now, I was given feedback because I originally sent the teacher an email with the link. I was given feedback. I was adding that feedback to the presentation because we were yet to present it. Just for none of that feedback to actually be on the presentation because they used the other copy. So obviously, I'm sat here completely pissed off. Like, how dumb do you have to be to end up making a second copy of the presentation? Literally, on the home screen, there's 2 copies of the same presentation. But then, just to add to that, after we got our feedback, 3 of the people in my group, or the group eventually got extended to 5 people. 3 of the people in my group were just writing on a mind map. I don't know what they're writing. Meanwhile, me and this other kid are just sat there doing absolutely nothing because we're basically being asked. We're just not being asked for any input. But what annoyed me even was, first of all, the lesson went over time. The bell had gone, but obviously we get kept in for an extra 5 minutes. Yeah, this was an entire class. Now, I was one of the last to leave. So, Sir ended up speaking to me. First of all, turns out the mind map that they've been writing on, they just left there. So now I've just got a mind map in my bag that I know nothing about. I've not read it. And then Sir has the audacity to go, I think that you need to try maybe sitting next to opposite genders or whatever, like sitting next to different people to try and make your presentation better. Now, I was like, I said, yeah, alright. In my head, I was thinking, shut up, you knobhead, screw you. Like, I'm thinking, this guy is absolutely awful in his job. Or awful at his job. Changed our deadline by an entire month. Has hardly given us help. Expected us to present a presentation when we had 1 week where half the group weren't even in and I was having huge tech issues. Just to tell us that we need to switch around where we're sitting. Even though there were 2 computers splitting us up that were out of order and there were no laptops. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm having to do all this work in a pointless subject that I will never need in my life because all the other subjects I'm sitting are so much better. Being told by a teacher who's awful at his job what to do. Like, the guy was claiming, the guy was also saying that, obviously, when you're in sixth form college, you have 3 periods, meaning you're allowed to leave the site. He was basically saying we're not allowed to use those 3 periods to leave the site. This guy has the audacity to tell me that, even though he's useless at his job. Like, I'm literally just thinking, I could have gotten all this work done by myself because my team are absolutely incompetent. Now I know what you're thinking. First of all, no one cares. No one cares about the story. I'm gonna say shut up. If you don't care, don't watch the video. Second of all, this could be a there's no I in team moment. But there is an ME. There were times where I was being asked for links that I'd already sent about twice. So yeah, I just thought this would be kind of a funny story to tell, and also a funny story that I could talk about in a Jeff kind of video, because COD content is kind of boring right now. But with all that being said, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Please do like and subscribe. We're very close to 300 subscribers. Obviously, I love seeing the support all you guys give me. And please do leave a comment down below. It really does help the video and the channel out. And with all that being said, I've been Chris Dex. Have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.